All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go over how to style the featured courses section of the project here. So we're going to be working in this section right here. So let's go to main.css, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy this right here. I'm going to copy that, and let's return a couple times. Paste that in, and we're going to do featured courses section. I'm going to copy this, return twice, paste that in, return a couple more times, tab in from line 56, and we'll start right there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to call on the class of course. So we have this div right here, and so we want to basically style this so that it looks like the final product. So what we're going to do is let's go here, and I'm going to do div.course. Width is going to be 400 pixels. Height is going to be 500 pixels. Background is going to be white. Border is going to be 1 pixel solid, and it's going to be transparent. Okay, then we'll do position, absolute, and we can do top 1244 pixels, and left is going to be 400 pixels. Okay, so I'm going to right click, open in the browser and the index.html file, and you'll be able to see, okay, so the first one we did here, it's showing up correctly. Now, we have one more thing to do. We need to style the H6. So I'm going to do that right here. So we're going to do H6. Let's do font size 1M. Okay, then we'll go back to index.html. I'm going to right click, open in the browser, and you can see now that this is the size that we want it to be. Okay, and so we have the image here and then all this. Now let's fix these other two, and then we can really see what we did. All right, so let's go back here, and now what we're going to do is call on the class of course2. Okay, so essentially what we're going to do is just copy this. So I'm going to hit copy there, return, and then instead of div.course, we're going to do course2. And instead of the top of 1244, we'll keep that, but the left is going to change to 850 pixels. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Go to the index.html, right click, open in the browser, and you can see here now we have 2 of the 3 where they need to be. So let's go back to main.css. We're going to copy the div.course or the div.class of course2, paste that below. We're going to do course3, and instead of left being 850, it's going to be 1300 pixels. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to right click, open in the browser from index.html, and now you can see we have all of the styling the way that we want it for our featured courses. So we have HTML for beginners, CSS for beginners, JavaScript for beginners, and then the font size that we want for the H6, and then the button here. And then it's an invisible, transparent box here that we're working inside of to kind of manage this and lay it out the way that it is there. Okay, so, oh, and then let's add end featured courses section here. So now we've completed the featured courses section. It was really just doing a div with a class of course, course2, and then course3. And there's one more thing I want to show you while we're here. Essentially what we could do, since we're using the same exact properties for all 3, is you could do this. You could do div.course, and actually let's do it up here. So we can do div.course, comma, div.course2, comma, div.course, course3, and then we could do this. We can grab the width, the height, the background, the border, the position, and the top, and you can do this. Paste it in there, and then let's see if that converts. It should. Yep, it converts right there. So hold on a second. Let's go back here. And then all we're going to do is leave the left property to each one individually. That way what it's going to do is it's going to overwrite this because we don't have it written here. So it'll overwrite it every time. So let's take a look at that and just see. And the whole idea of that is do not repeat yourself. So there's no reason to write this, all these properties 3 times. You should just write it once. And then add left 400 pixels, left 850, left 1300. It basically optimizes your CSS to make it easier to read and to understand what you were doing when you built this. So I'm going to right click and open in the browser here real quick. Scroll down and there you go. So when I inspect this, you're going to see that when I go to courses and I go to this one right here, div.course is highlighted and so is this one. When I go to course 2, div.course 2, and then course 2 is right there. And then course 3, it's highlighted here and then also highlighted here. So it's saying, look, show me all these properties for div.course 3 or class 3, class course 3, and then also add left 1300 pixels. So it just cleans it up a little bit and makes it easier to read and use. So that's just something I wanted to show you because it's kind of a fun thing to do with CSS. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.